Are there magical allergy meds? 'Cause these flowers are not okay.
Hush, we're on the air. We can cut that out, right? No? Ugh. Welcome to Aster Academy. I apologize for the interruption at the beginning of today's show. We have an intern now. So, please welcome our intern Liz, who might have a segment of her own if she does well. For now, she's just here learning the ropes.
Yay, learning!
With the pleasantries out of the way, let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about today. Our top story? Tonight, we have the 149th Annual Flowers Dance. The ceremony will start just before sundown at the amphitheater, and the dance begins after dark right next door in the basement of Solomon Hall. The Flowers Dance coincides with the autumnal equinox, and kicks off the beginning of the campus's yearly celebrations. From the equinox to All Hallows' Eve, you'll find a wide variety of parties and rituals scattered across the grounds. While we will definitely cover the scope of these parties and rituals as they crop up, for now we'll focus on the Flowers Dance. This is my personal favorite non-Halloween event that the Academy hosts, and I certainly hope to see you all there. Throughout the broadcast today, we will be detailing the different aspects of the event, as well as the meanings behind the flowers we use. You might recognize them from the school's emblem. For now, let's get on to our other news stories. Now, I am sure returning students will be glad to hear that one of our favorite shops has reopened for business. That's right, If We Shadows Studios is back. I'm honestly surprised it only took a year to complete those extensive renovations. Anyway, the studio is known for having weird and wondrous curios. They carry all sorts of animal skulls, which are perfect for casting and collecting. Coyotes, raccoons, opossums, and bats are all back in stock. Mr. Goodfellow, the shopkeeper and proud Academy alumnus, has been kind enough to inform us that most of them do not bite. Hollis King, the proprietor, has a long history of creating beautiful works of art, bones, and crafts alike, and the shop's sources are always humane. You don't have to worry about any negative energies here. I can personally attest to their attention to detail, as I have a sweet little crystallized raccoon skull from the studio. You can find If We Shadows on their Facebook page, on Instagram, and on Etsy, or perhaps visit their booth should they travel to an event near you. Contact via summoning is permitted, though it is suggested that students attempting this method should be fluent in Gnomish. Finally, the administration would like to remind our students that participating in the buddy system while visiting If We Shadows shop is not only recommended, but required. Happy shopping! An update to the Flowers Dance. Dr. Grimm's notes for the ritual have been stolen, or at the very least have been misplaced. If you have them, or have knowledge of their location, please contact Dr. Grimm immediately. I cannot stress this enough. It is incredibly important that the ritual notes are returned as soon as possible. Dr. Grimm, for those who don't know, is the Dean of Students and Adjunct Divination Professor. The Divination Professors also hold the position of Ritual Leader due to their expertise in ceremony. As any ceremonial magician will tell you, having the notes in front of you for a complex ritual is always a good idea, even if you've done it 1,000 times. Oh, Dr. Grimm has, just now, offered an incentive to return the ritual notes. Return them or the entire school faces detention. Alrighty then. On behalf of the entire school, return the papers, please. How about, to brighten the mood a little bit, we go over the meaning of the flowers? There are 6 of them, one for each point of the star and one in the center. We'll start with the one in the center, which is, of course, the aster. The aster flower stands for patience and wishes to be fulfilled. As the Academy flower, we are reminded to take every day one step at a time and keep track of our many wishes. The things we learn here will make our dreams come true, one way or another. The northernmost point is the lily, specifically white. Meant to represent the freshman, it signifies a pure heart and a modest disposition. You are not meant to come to this academy knowing everything. You are here to learn, and you are here to become more confident in yourself and your abilities. However, we must not forget the innocence that we came with, as it is what drives us to learn and continue to grow. We all have to start somewhere, so start with an open mind. It's a new dawn. Speaking of freshmen, it is that time of year where we begin to see more interested applicants roaming the halls. By this, I mean future students will begin shadowing current ones. I should note that this has nothing to do with any dark, unfamiliar shadows that already follow select students. If you notice this happening to you or someone around you, head to the shadow removal wing of Solomon Hall immediately. As the saying goes, 1, have fun, 2, you're screwed. If you are interested in applying for a shadow position, please contact Gretchen Maddock, the registrar, with the following information: your name, your year, your current GPA, the clubs in which you actively participate, a copy of your school-issued identification, your number, your living arrangements, your demerit count, any sports in which you participate, and any interests that are not covered otherwise. With this information, you will be matched with a prospective student, and you will receive more information should you be chosen. Miss Maddox's office is on the 5th floor of the Laveau Academic Center. If you cannot meet with her during office hours, please send a carrier turkey or an email and she will get back to you with appointment opportunities as soon as possible. While we may have celebrations on campus, there is also a celebration being held in East Haven. The Community Center has a 3-day convention going on right now to celebrate the equinox. Tourists and interested locals alike have been enjoying the food, games, costumes, and fun. While it started yesterday, the event is going on today and until late tomorrow night. Gwendolyn Lay, our resident potions professor, happens to be one of the vendors for the event. She has a shop in East Haven called Solaris, which offers ingredients for potions and often stocks homeopathic remedies. When asked for comment on the convention, she said that everything is going wonderfully, and there definitely have not been any explosions this year. Definitely, she continued. We do not need a repeat of last year. She was very emphatic about this, and was looking rather pointedly at If We Shadow Studios while giving her statement. Well, I for one will definitely be going to the convention tomorrow. Today I'm a little busy keeping tabs on the radio station and our new intern who is currently folding all of the newspapers into origami rabbits. Just don't rip the pages, okay? There's a lot of those that are vintage. Okay, thank you. Let's continue working through the flowers. In the east, we have the sunflower for the sophomores. These flowers signify loyalty, happiness, and friendship. For the students, you've survived a year and come back anew. You are stronger than before and shine brighter as a result. You've gained friends, and you're bound to make new ones. We are all inspired to keep this vitality in our hearts as we continue our academic journey. In the southeast, blue daisies. Juniors, these are for you. Continuing the arc of growth and maturity, daisies are often seen as similar to lilies. However, blue flowers often stand for hope and striving for that which seems impossible. Your innocence has matured with time and a growing knowledge base, and your wishes are beginning to really take hold. Keep pushing for success, and you will earn it. Now that we've had a flower-based pep talk, let's continue with the news and announcements. We have some more things that we have to cover before the ritual tonight. Hopefully someone returns the notes to Dr. Grimm. The word is still out as to where they are. Have you been losing steam as the semester continues? Well, look no further than the Aster Academy monthly motivation seminar. On the first of every month, hosted by the wonderful head registrar, Gretchen Maddock, you will learn all sorts of techniques and update your motivational tools. I would highly advise students to go, as it is a wonderful night full of ideas, spells, and all-around fun. How do you have fun at a seminar about motivation? Well, I advise you go and find out for yourself. I hope to see you there. And now for the spell of the week. This is by far our most popular segment here at the Academy, and I'm glad it's gained some traction. For those who aren't familiar with it, each club at the Academy has been asked to provide a favorite spell, potion, or basic ritual to teach the students. However, because today has been all about celebrations, we will celebrate the equinox in style with a helpful guide to our flowers dance. After all, there are plenty of freshmen, transfer students, and others who have never experienced a ritual with the Aster Academy. This ritual is not necessarily basic, but once you've participated for the first time, you will never forget it. You approach the amphitheater just before sunset. The towering columns along the road laced with a wide variety of flowers, grains, multicolored leaves, and vines. The sweet aroma of apples and spice cuts through the scent of freshly cut grass. The sound of music and drums draws you closer, and you become one with the crowd eager to enter the ritual space. You can see, just ahead of the last row of seats, a fairly large circle on the ground stage. Within, 6 individuals dressed in white stood holding a single flower in their hands, their heads bowed. A friendly face approaches you, proudly holding a large basket of 5 varieties of flowers. What year are you? You tell them. They hand you a flower of your own, and you are directed toward a marked section with fellow academics who share your flower. You sit next to them, all of you beneath the column which proudly displays the bulb you hold so gingerly. There is a palpable excitement in the air, a gentle hum of voices, sharing ideas with one another. The music slows, then stops. Dr. Grimm approaches the circle, and the hum fades to silence. He lights the candles at the altar, and the circle begins to move. The drum resumes playing, but now is only a single beat at a steady tempo. Dr. Grimm speaks in a language you do not recognize, but you still understand his words. Everyone does. A chill runs down your spine, and a silly grin crosses your face. Energy runs rampant through the amphitheater, and you can almost hear it buzz around like electricity. Slowly, the gentle hum of voices returns, sharing the same idea: renewal, acceptance, gratitude, connection, growth. The drum beat becomes faster, and the voices become more frenzied. The circle moves quickly, but the woman in the center does not budge. She holds the aster flower high above her head, participating in the chant song. The sun continues to set, but the shadows do not fall across anyone. The only darkness tonight is the night sky herself, and even the moon and stars prevent a truly dark night. The entire congregation at the amphitheater are on their feet, singing proud with smiles on their faces. You can't help but dance and sing, contributing to the outpouring of love and happiness present right where you are. It is a celebration, after all. Dr. Grimm's voice booms over the beautiful cacophony, and all at once the congregation throws their flowers into the air, the petals bursting into starlight against the nearly night sky. You feel an instant sense of relief, as if the flower you held so sweetly alleviated the stress you had been holding for so long. You feel lighter than ever before. Much like it began, the voices return to a gentle hum, and then to silence. The circle has stopped moving. The drum is quiet. The stars are bright and the moon is brighter. The sky glows as we do, complete. I always love the Spell of the Week segment. It makes me happy knowing that we're learning something that can benefit us in the long run. And hey, now that you all know how the ritual works, you can better appreciate it. Now, speaking of learning things, let's wrap up with those flowers. 2 more to go. In the southwestern point, we have the red rose for our lovely seniors. Roses, especially red, signify deep, heartfelt emotions. For our purposes, our rose stands for respect, admiration, and devotion. Seniors, due to their knowledge and the simple fact that they've been here the longest, earn respect and admiration where it's due. In return, seniors are devoted to their studies and growing closer to achieving their hopes and dreams once they've graduated and move on into the greater world. Dusk may fall on your time at the Academy, but you will never forget it. Finally, the western point has lilacs. These flowers are for our faculty and staff, without whom this academy would crumble. Lilacs show the hardy nature of the academy leaders, and for many, a return to their first love. Many of the faculty and staff are alumni, and found themselves in these very halls. Helping the students on their own journey continues the cycle. They truly embody the school motto. From dawn to dusk, they help freshmen become seniors. From dusk till dawn, they begin anew should they join the faculty and staff. Now that we've finished up the flower meetings, I am happy to report that the ritual notes have been returned to Dr. Grimm. They were found in the mailbox of a student in Mead Hall, as a staff member of the mailroom had swapped Dr. Grimm's mail with the students'. Now that the situation has been rectified, the school may now progress without any fear of widespread detention. The ritual will commence shortly after this broadcast segment has ended, so be sure to participate. After all, it would be a shame to miss out on the true experience after following the escapades throughout the day. What an interesting day it has been for news! I'm sure the events in the coming weeks will keep us busy here in the studio. At this point, it's just a countdown to Halloween, and the entire Academy will be excited for it. I look forward to sharing it with all of you, my dear listeners. We'll round off the night with the standard announcements, and then meet up at the Flowers Dance. As always, this has been Alex. Stay amazing, Aster Academy. From dawn to dusk, and dusk till dawn.
The Aster Academy is written, produced, and scored by Kaylee Ringo, with production assistance by Jordan Rice. The voice of Alex is Kaylee Ringo, and the voice of intern Liz is Elizabeth Carneal. Our guest shop, If We Shadows Studios, can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy by the same name. If you would like to submit advertisements, announcements, suggestions, or just want to say hello, please do visit our website at asteracademypodcast.com or our Facebook and Twitter pages at Aster Academy Podcast. And finally, a quote from our founders: "Wish death upon your enemies and yeast upon your bread." See you soon.